everybody. This is going to be a short recording today. It's not a full practice. This is going to be a wake up session. So it's a morning energising session. Anyone can do it. It's not going to be too taxing. It's just going to move the spine, move the legs, move opening the chest up. It's a really nice sequence of poses to join them together, to have some 20-minute practice before we start the day. It's a really lovely way to start the day, to take you through the day, and just energise your body for the morning. So we're going to start straight away by getting onto all fours. So making sure that your knees are hip width apart and they're under your hips, and the wrists are under your shoulders. So the first thing we need to do is just to maintain and acknowledge where the pressure is on our knees and our hands and our wrists. So as always, we have a nice spread palm, nice spread fingers to limit the pressure on our wrists. So if our wrists are under our shoulders and knees are under hips, we should be at an equal, we should have equal pressure on both hands and knees. And then I want you to just observe what happens when we go forward. So we're going to just lean forward, take the hips forward. You can feel it in your wrists. So it's just strengthening the arms as well, strengthening the wrists. Then we're taking it back, so taking the hips back. You can feel the pressure then on your knees, and the farther you take your hips back, you can start to feel a strengthening through your thighs. And we're just going to keep going very slowly, taking it forward. Feel strengthening through the the arms, wrists, and taking it back. Then feeling the pressure on your knees, and feel the strengthening through your thighs. If you are, because we're spending some time on our knees, if you need to put a cushion under your knees or a blanket just to soften the pressure, because it can be quite hard on the floor, then do so. So again, a couple more. Forward, taking it forward, and then taking it backwards. One more time, taking it forward. Good, and taking it backwards. Good, and then coming back to the pressure, where you feel the pressure on all fours and is equal. And we're then going to now move the spine as we always do into cat-cow, and we do it in a nice slow, methodical wave. So as you inhale, you're going to kick the tailbone out and look up, curve the spine. As you exhale, round the spine. Push it to the ceiling, tuck your chin in. And then again, inhale, kick the tailbone out first, then wave it up and put your head up. Exhale, round the spine, tuck your bottom in first, push the spine to the ceiling, tuck your chin in. Inhale, kick the tailbone out first, and then look up. Exhale, round the spine. We're just doing this in a nice flowing movement with the breath. Really enjoy moving the spine slowly, waking up the body, waking up the spine. Inhale up, and exhale round. Inhale up, and exhale round. One more, inhale up, and exhale round. Good, and then come back to a flat back. And now we're going to do a little bit more of a movement around the spine. We're just going to sort of S-shape it, wiggle those hips about. I want you to sort of slightly imagine that, when you're a cat, well, you're not a cat, but, imagine when a cat sort of curls itself around your legs when they want something, usually food. They're sort of really, imagine you're being like that, so you, but also at the same time imagining what your spine is doing. Imagining, you know, you're kicking your tailbone out, you're rounding your spine, you're wiggling your hips about, you're making that S shape with the spine and the shoulders. Just keep it a nice, flowing, fluid movement. Make sure that you round the head and the neck, so you feel it in your neck as well. Coming forward. So we're just putting all of those bits together that we've just done in stages. We're just a nice sort of flowing, dancing movement. Really feeling the spine being energized and moved. Ready for the day ahead. Good. Coming back to all fours. So this time we're going to just go into a child's pose, an extended child's pose. So we're taking the bottom, we're sinking the bottom down onto our heels. Now if you need something under your bottom, because when we come forward, if you do this, it's called something else, it's called puppy pose. So you need to sink those hips backwards. And if your bottom won't go onto your heels, then put something there so you can sink your hips and your bottom into whatever's there. Once you're there, you can take your chest down and your arms nice and stretched out so that you feel a stretch through your shoulders to the side of your torso. Taking your head down if you can, onto the mat. And then lifting the head up and walking your hands over to the left. So your knees are still pointing forwards, but you're walking your hands right over the left until you start to feel a nice big stretch down through your right hand side of your torso. So keeping the arms straight and stretched out, you're reaching forward, but you're going over as far as you can so you feel that stretch. You can take your head on the arm or down, but if you actually look up to sink your chest down, you sink your right hand side of your chest down, you feel a little bit more. You have a little bit more of a stretch there. And breathing into that stretch, feeling the side of your torso stretch and awaken. Good. Walking our hands forward to the centre, and then we're going over to the other side, so over to the right. And as far right as you can so that you feel stretched down through the left hand side of your torso. Breathing into that stretch, feeling it down through the side of your torso. And then walking your hands back to centre and just coming back into an extended child's pose with your head on the mat, and just take a couple of nice big deep breaths there. Good. Easing yourself back up to all fours. So the next thing we're doing is we're going to go up to a downward dog, and we'll do this in stages. So we'll go up to a downward dog, concentrate on the stretching down through the back of the legs, and then we'll come back down onto all fours, and then we'll go back up, concentrating on taking a bend in the legs but stretching and strengthening the arms and making the back nice and straight. And we'll do that a few times. So a nice slow movement, but a flowing movement. So tuck the toes under. We're going to keep the toes tucked under like that for the duration. So the toes are tucked under, and we're going to just take the bottom to the sky. Your feet are hip width apart, and you're easing those ankles down. Easing the ankles down, feeling the stretch down through the back of the legs. This is what we need to feel. Don't worry about what your back is happening. If your back's not straight, then don't worry about it. We're just needing to feel the stretch down through the back of the legs, lengthening down through the back of the legs, easing the ankles down. If they're down comfortably, take your feet back. Give yourself a little extra push. One more breath there. And then come down with the knees. Remembering when you're here, just always have those fingers nice and spread apart to limit the pressure on your wrists. Good. Keeping the toes tucked under, breathe in. And then again, we're going back up to all fours. Back up to downward dog, sorry. This time you're going to take a bend in the knee. And then you're going to just ease your head through your hands and push your chest towards your thighs. And look what happens to your spine. Your spine and your back straightens. And you start feeling a stretch and a strengthen through your shoulders, down through the side of your torso. Through your shoulder blades. Good, we're coming down onto all fours. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Actually, we're going to do it twice. So keeping the toes tucked under, we're going to go back up to downward dog. This time straight legs, easing the ankles down. Feeling the lengthen and the stretch down through the back of the legs. Couple of breaths, nice strong breaths. Keeping the feet, the wider the feet are apart, the easier it is. And take the knees down. Good. Take a breath here. And we're going back up, so breathing in. Exhale, come back up. Just take a bend in the knees. Push the chest to the thighs. Couple of breaths. And back down to your knees. Excellent. We're going to just do that set one more time. Okay, so breathing in, easing the tailbone up, straight legs. This time straight legs. Again, ease the ankles down, feel the stretch down through the back of the legs. It's a good stretch for the hamstrings into the calf muscles. Good, bring your knees back down. We're going to go back up again. Last time, breathing in. Up we go. Take a bend in the knees. And then push your chest to your thighs. Taking your head through your arms. Feeling it across your back. Your shoulder blades into your arms. And then bring your knees back down. You're going to flatten those toes. You're going to come back onto your heels. Put the cushion there if you need to again. And just let your arms, your hands go by your feet. And release your head and your shoulders down. And just relax yourself. Have a couple of nice, nourishing breaths. Good. Coming back up to all fours. So this time we're going to just bring the left foot as far forward to our hands as possible. And from there we're going to make sure that the ankle is under the knee. We're just going to come up over the hips, facing over the left knee, the left thigh. The body is stacked over the hips. And again, if you need to put something under that knee, then put something under the knee. Just to pad it out, because we're on that knee for a bit. Good, breathe in. As you exhale, raise the arms up. Really stretch up, take your palms of your hands facing each other, not together but facing each other, but just squeeze the arms into the ears and really stretch up. Try to find some space between your ribs. Try to sink the shoulders back. And then we're going to come down over this thigh. So chest down to thigh, so rest the chest on the thigh. See if you can bring your hands down onto the floor. It might be easier if you can just heel toe that left foot out to the side and bring that left arm to the inside of the leg. And then from there, you're going to ease your hips forward. Just ease your hips forward and down. Walking your hands forward. This is giving you a nice stretch in the inner thigh, but also a hip opener for your left hip and your right hip. Good. This time ease the hips back so that this front leg is straight, the left leg is straight. Keeping the hands by the foot. Just try and ease that leg straight. It doesn't matter if it's not totally straight, you're just feeling the stretch down through the back of that leg. Good. Ease your hips forward, and then we're taking the left foot back to all fours. So this time the right foot is going forward. And you're coming up over the thigh so that the wrist, why do I keep saying wrist? Ankle is under the knee. Your body is stacked over the hips, so it's a nice straight body down into your thighs. Shoulders are softly back and down. Breathing in. As you exhale, bring your arms up and stretch up. Really stretch with the arms. Fingertips to the ceiling. Feeling a strengthen and a stretch through the arms, through the shoulders. Keep looking forward. And then we're going to come down over the thigh, hands to the floor, resting the thigh on the knee. The chest on the knee, thigh. And if you can, heel toe the right foot out to the edge, bring the right arm to the inside, both hands on the mat. And then you can move your hands forward and just ease the hips forward. Good. Then you're going to come up and ease the hips backwards. So you feel a stretch in this right leg. Try to keep the foot flat on the mat, but try to straighten the leg. So you're easing the hips back and straightening that leg, feeling that nice hamstring stretch down through the leg. Good. We're coming forward, taking the foot back. We're going up to downward dog. So tuck the toes under, go up to downward dog. But we're not staying in downward dog, we're just going to walk our feet gently, keeping the knees bent gently towards our hands, not too far away. Remembering to ease the feet hip width apart, keeping the knees bent, keeping the hands down on the floor. Just let your head hang. And if you feel like you can straighten the legs, you can. It doesn't matter if your hands come off the floor. Just let yourself hang. Straighten the legs and feel again another stretch down through the back of the legs. If it's too much of a stretch, just take a slight bend in the knee. Good. So then take a more of a bend in the knee, drop the bottom down, take your hands into prayer position with your elbows out to the side. you're taking your right elbow onto your left knee. Well, we've got horns. And your left elbow is pointing to the top. You're just twisting, you're levering yourself around, looking over that left shoulder. Nice twist. Twist's always good for energising and detoxing, which is always good in the morning. One more breath. And then you're coming back to centre, tapping your fingers to the mat. We're going over to the other side. So left elbow onto right knee, right elbow to the sky, looking round, levering yourself around, looking round to the right. Good. Ease yourself back down and just keep a slight bend in the knee. Bring your arms forward and we're going to look up, try to straighten the spine and then come back down again. We're just going to do a nice flowing movement, bringing yourself up, looking up so you feel it across your back, coming back down on the exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Keeping it going. Inhale, straight back, look up. And exhale, fold in. Inhale again, straight back, look up. And exhale, fold in. Bring your hands together. Inhale. Exhale, drop the bottom and you're coming up with the arms. And down with the arms. Good. So let's just come down onto the floor. We're going to face the front, or face me, on the long edge of your mat, in the middle of your mat. You're going to take your arms into prayer position, breathing in. And as you exhale, raise the arms up. Squeeze the arms into your ears, have some space between the hands. Really reach up. So from here we're taking the left hand down to the side and we're reaching over with the right. Try to keep the right buttock down on the floor but reach over with the right arm. Nice lateral stretch. Lovely for the morning. Love doing this in the morning. Good, we're coming back up, stretching up both arms, both hands to the sky. Taking the right hand down, over with the left. Feeling the stretch down through the left hand side of your body. Nice big stretch. And we're coming back up, both arms, both fingertips to the ceiling. And then from there we're coming down into a goddess hands. So you're bending the elbows are about shoulder level, and you're taking your arms back. Remember, this is the easy way out. You're taking those shoulders, sinking those shoulders back and down. So not up around your ears. So you're opening the chest, really lovely chest opener. Holding it there, really being mindful of keeping the chest open, keeping the chest pushed forward, keeping the back straight. Good, we're bringing the arms up on an inhale, and as you exhale, taking them down. We're going to do 3 more. Inhale up, and exhale down. Inhale up, number 2, exhale down. Last one, number 3, inhale up and exhale down, all the way down just bring your knees, bring your hands to the front and just round your shoulders. Take your right ear to your right shoulder, stretch out the left. And then over to the other side, stretching out the right so that you're taking your left ear to your left shoulder, keeping the shoulders down. And then bringing it back up, taking your right hand on the left knee, left hand behind, reaching up for a twist. 3 breaths here. Coming back to centre, over to the other side. So left hand on right knee, right hand behind, reaching up and then twisting. 3 breaths. Good, coming back to centre. We're just going to come onto our knees now. We're still in the centre of the mat. Onto the knees, but standing up onto the knees, if you know what I mean. Coming down with the right hand and out with the left. So the right hand is nice and straight on the mat. The left foot, the left leg is out straight. Your hips are forward. And bring that arm up. So we've got a nice straight line between the top arm and the bottom arm. The left arm is up. You're opening the chest up by taking it back a bit, pushing the hips forward. So not sticking the bottom back out. You're bringing your pelvis and your hips forward. And then taking the arm over the ear, so trying to find a line between the arm, the torso and the leg. Good, bringing it back up, taking yourself back to both knees. And then taking the left hand down, the right leg out. Shifting the hips forward, bringing that right arm up. Remembering the hips and the pelvis pushed forward. And then taking the arm over the ear, stretch, stretch, stretch. Feeling the stretch down through the right hand side. Good, bring yourself back up and we're going to go back onto all fours. So, you should all be nice and warmed up in a kind of gentle way, ready for the day. But just before we continue with our day, we're going to just sit for a couple of minutes to make an intention. We just take our breath down. So just close your eyes and take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, deep breath in, full breath out. Last one, deep breath in, and a full breath out. Keeping your eyes closed, just set yourself an intention. So it might be, as an intention for the day, it might be to visit a loved one that you know you can, or do something for somebody, or just, it might be one word like patience, or perseverance, or breath, or calm. Just, it's easier to pick one word, but just pick a word and just let it settle in your mind. And as you breathe in, when you breathe out, just sigh out that word. And again, deep breath in, sigh the word out. One more breath in, and sigh out. hoping that the word will continue through the day, take you through the day, and hoping that this practice, this short practice, you take that you take through the week, that you hold on to this practice and enjoy the rest of the day. So opening your eyes, bringing your hands into your heart space. Namaste. Thank you very much for everything, and I hope that this was a good morning practice, and I hope that you perhaps do it more than once a week. It's a good way to set yourself up for the day. Thank you. Namaste.